Hey, I'm Connor, your friendly YouTube English teacher. Let's do some spoken English practice today. I'm going to ask you some questions. Then I'm going to give you 30 seconds to talk. Now, I want you to try and talk for the full 30 seconds. I will go first with my own response to give you an example of how to respond. If you're ready to get started, click like on this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video. And let's jump in. The first question is it better to vacation at the beach or in the mountains? So, where would you rather take a vacation? Okay, I'll try and talk for the full 30 seconds. Let's go. In my opinion, it's better to vacation at the beach. You know, when I think of a vacation, what I think of is beaches, right? Reading on the beach, relaxing, maybe taking a nap, maybe going for a swim in the water. You can play volleyball on the beach. There's so many activities on the beach that you can do. Okay, that was my 30 seconds. Now it's your turn. The next question is it better to be rich and unhappy or poor and happy? Right? So we have two options. You can be rich, have lots of money, but you're not very happy, or you can be poor, not have very much money, but you're really happy. I'll take 30 seconds and show you how I would respond to this question. In my opinion, it's better to be rich and unhappy. Why? Because if you are rich and unhappy, you can use a lot of your money to have experiences that will make you feel better. You can go on vacation. You can buy yourself something nice, like a nice car or a nice house. Those things would definitely make me feel happier. All right. That was my response to this question. Now it's your turn. Go ahead. Our third question for today is, what is the best way to spend a rainy day? So if it's raining outside, right, and maybe you're stuck inside, how are you going to spend that time? Here's my answer. Here's 30 seconds. If I was stuck inside on a rainy day, I have to be honest, that's kind of ideal for me. That's kind of a best case scenario. Why? Because my favorite things can be done indoors. I don't need to go outside to do my favorite things, like read a book, make videos, study Chinese, watch movies, play video games. That was my response. Now it's your turn. Go ahead. The next question is, what is the greatest invention of all time? Invention means like something people have created, right? A car is an invention. The iPhone is an invention, right? There are so many inventions that people have made, but what's the best one in your opinion? I'll go first. In my opinion, the best invention ever created is the iPhone. Now, I know this is kind of a cheap answer, kind of a lazy answer, some people might think. But let's be honest, it's hard to beat an iPhone because they can do anything, right? Think of anything you want to do or know, an iPhone can help you do it. All right, it's your turn. Go ahead, use the full 30 seconds to answer this question. All right, another question I have for you is, what is the best way to achieve work-life balance? Work-life balance means that you feel there is a good balance between how much you are living your life outside of work and how much you are working. Some people really struggle with this, right? So, what's the best way to find that balance? 30 seconds, I'll go first. In my opinion, the best way to achieve work-life balance is by setting boundaries. And you need to set firm boundaries, right? So for example, if you work from home, like I do, you could say, okay, after 5 o'clock p.m., I'm not even going to think about work. After 5 o'clock, that's personal time. It'll have nothing to do with work. That was my response. Let's hear yours. Take 30 seconds. Go ahead. Our next question for today is, what is the most important life lesson everyone should learn? Ooh, a life lesson. Something important about how to live life. I'll go first. In my opinion, the most important life lesson everyone should learn is how to live in the present moment. What does that mean? That means how to live here and now. So often people struggle with thinking about the future, worrying about the past. It's much better to learn how to live right here and right now in this moment. Okay, your turn. Tell me, what is the most important life lesson everyone should learn? Take 30 seconds. Go ahead. Our next question is it better to always tell the truth or always tell a lie if it spares someone's feelings? In other words, is it okay to lie if you know that telling the truth would hurt someone? I'll go first. Yeah, I think that actually sometimes it is okay to lie. In English, we call these white lies, as long as they're small lies, right? And I think that real life is complicated. It's not black and white. And sometimes we need to look at a situation through a nuanced perspective. That means we need to see the layers of the situation. Okay, that was my 30 seconds. Now it's your turn. Go ahead. Okay, here's our final question for today, and I'm going to change the rules just a little bit. For this last question, I want you to take a full minute and try to respond. Try to fill up that entire minute. Really push yourself. The more we speak, obviously, the better our spoken English will be. Here's the question. Is it better to be a master of many trades or a specialist in one? I'm going to change this a little bit. Is it better to be good at many trades or a specialist in one? So, in other words, is it better to be pretty good at a lot of different things, or is it better to be really, really, really good at one thing? I'll go first. For a full minute, here's my response. In my opinion, it is better to be a specialist in one thing as opposed to being pretty good at a lot of different stuff. If you are good at a lot of different stuff, but not really good at one thing, in English we have an expression for this. It's called jack of all trades, master of none, right? So, I think people who are that way, who are decently good at a lot of different things, but maybe not amazing at one thing, I think they tend to get jealous of specialists. I think they tend to wish they were really good at just one thing. Because a lot of the time, people who are really good at that one thing, they've been working at it their entire lives. And I think people really respect that. Okay, that was my full minute. Push yourself. It's your turn. Go ahead. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's spoken English lesson. I hope this was useful for you. I'd like to take a second and remind you that my English lessons here on YouTube will always be completely free, but if you would like to support me as your English teacher, consider subscribing to my Patreon. On my Patreon, for the price of a cup of coffee, you can support me and my work, and it comes with some perks too. It comes with some benefits if you do decide to subscribe. For one thing, you will support me and make it possible for me to keep making these videos. For another thing, I will include your name in a thank you at the end of all upcoming videos. For a third thing, and I think the best part, is you will get access to extra content, more videos that you cannot find here on my YouTube channel, including what I think are some of my most useful videos. For example, I have several long videos that you can play as you go to sleep that will help you learn English as you fall asleep. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that if you are able to, if you would like to support me, consider checking out my Patreon. You can find a link to my Patreon on my YouTube homepage or in the description of this video. And guys, that's all for today. Remember to like and subscribe and maybe leave me a comment letting me know who you are and why you are learning English. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.